A racist motorist decides to stab a 62-year-old individual. Let's put up his mugshot full mass. Horrific story. Alexander Gojcevic, a Michigan man, has now been arrested and charged after police say he engaged in road rage and stabbed a black male with 62 years of age. Police say the suspect not only pulled a knife out, but also decided to slash the man's tires and called him racial slurs. Farmington Hills, all right, Alexander Gojcevic has been charged with ethnic intimidation, felonious assault, malicious destruction of property for the recent violent roadway exchange, according to the Oakland County Prosecutor's Office. The charges, which were announced on Tuesday, May 16th, had a penalty for up to 7 years and little under $10,000 in fines. Police in the Detroit suburb of Southfield were called after Gojcevic and the 62-year-old got into a squabble about driving on a highway. This was Sunday, May 14th. The suspect altered his course, followed the victim, the complaint says. As the conflict escalated, it is alleged Gojcevic hurled racial slurs at the man, and the two started to come to blows. Local station Fox 2 reports. Gojcevic then returned to his car to retrieve a weapon, and with a knife in hand, the 25-year-old stabbed his victim before slashing his tires, according to the police. It was reported that during the incident, the victim, a concealed pistol license holder, raised his firearm but did not shoot. An eyewitness to the altercation also pulled a gun out but did not fire. The victim was not seriously injured. We've seen a concerning increase in the number of racial and ethnic intimidation cases lately. And I want our community members to know that behavior will not be tolerated in Oakland County, said the prosecutor, Karen McDonald, okay? Now, this is interesting, isn't it? The victim has a gun. The aggressor has a knife. The victim would prefer the person with the knife to just leave. He doesn't want to actually kill somebody. He doesn't want to shoot him. He obviously doesn't even want to injure the guy, seriously. So instead of using the gun, he decides to simply let him know he has one to de-escalate the situation. Doesn't work. The guy with the knife continues to be aggressive, according to the report, and stabs the 62-year-old and then proceeds to make him immobile by slashing the tires. There's more. All residents deserve to feel safe in their homes, in public, and on our roads, the prosecutor added. Maliciously attacking another driver while yelling racial slurs is unacceptable, and my office intends to hold this defendant and anyone else who commits hate crimes accountable. I really like the tone of this prosecutor. I like the tone of this prosecutor. And you've heard me say many times on this show before, what happened to that kind of press conference or press release when we talk about how we can absolutely make an example out of people like this? It won't be tolerated in this community, similar to what they do when an alleged gangbanger commits a crime, right? There's a press conference and very, very heavy and aggressive language against them. Well, at least this prosecutor, I can say, equal opportunity. According to the 2021 crime stats in Michigan, there were 610 incidents of hate bias crimes perpetrated against 769 people in Michigan, while race was the highest motivation to commit hate crimes. Anti-Black crimes led the list with 269 people listed as victims. Now you have to understand this in context. Black people make up the minority of population, but they make up such a high percentage of crimes against that minority community. More than 22% of all hate crimes committed in 2021 happened on the highway, road, alley, street, or sidewalk. Oakland County is predominantly white, north of Detroit, with a Black population of 13.3%, according to the last updated census. We have this issue with our own humanity that's going to be there. But the worst among us becomes emboldened. They are empowered when they feel as if they have champions like Trump and others, and they feel they have protection like with the police. Sometimes that's actually true. Sometimes it is not. That is really not the point. The point is they are empowered by the notion. The notion makes the incident happen. So at this point, we continue to allow people like Representative Gosar, obviously a known and proud white supremacist, Lauren Boebert and others who affiliate with them. They do not try to coerce this individual to denounce these insane practices. The Democratic Party, holistically incapable of actually leading in the middle of this racist resurgence that's happening all across the nation. So who becomes the champion for decency and willing to fight rather than hoping everybody will sing Kumbaya?